Hello, brothers and sisters of the craft. This is Blue Whisper. Something's been on my mind lately, and I kind of wanted to just put something out there um, about being a witch. And I know I've talked about maturity, and now I want to talk a little bit about strength. Um, as a witch, we need to know and understand our strengths and weaknesses. Um, And when I talk about strength, I don't mean strength as in being a bitch. I mean being strong. Being strong and mature, knowing and being able to, you know, control oneself. Knowing the difference of what you should and shouldn't um, get involved in, what you should and shouldn't react to, how you should react. Having the strength to hold back your tongue when you so want to lash out and cause pain and hurt to somebody. Knowing when to turn around and walk away and not look back. And sometimes knowing when to just take a break and when to let it be. Um, Sometimes you have to find your strength. Sometimes you need to go to your altar and ask for strength. Sometimes you need to draw the strength and ground yourself and do something in order to refresh your strength when you're feeling beaten down. There's a difference between being a strong woman and being a bitch. And I see a lot of people mistaking the two or thinking they have to combine the two. Being a strong woman doesn't necessarily mean I'm independent and I can take care of myself. It can mean that, but that's not strength. Sometimes your inner strength is being able to control yourself and not others. Um, when someone lashes out at you or says something you don't like, um, sometimes it takes a lot of strength to just walk away from that person and not react. Sometimes reaction is the worst thing you can do when you are confronted with a situation where you don't want to be, or you're facing, you know, um, little nitpicking and you just want to nitpick back. That's not maturity. And it doesn't take strength to hold back from calling somebody a bitch. The strength comes from wanting to do something and not doing it. Um, that's strength, and I'd like to see a lot of more of that. And I'm not really been seeing a whole lot of that lately. Forgiveness, yeah, but when you go right back to doing it again, just walk away from one another when you're having issues with someone. It's okay. In some cases, maybe that person's in the same house with you and you can't just walk away. Sometimes the strength is being able to just shut up, and going wherever you need to and not to let a situation escalate. Um, and being strong. Being strong is also knowing when to speak up and say something. Sometimes people don't know if they're doing something that bugs you, and don't allow it to just build up in yourself to where you're going to blow up. Maybe approach them in a sensitive way and just say, um, you've done this or that, and it's not feeling right to me. It's hurting my feelings. It's making me feel like I'm pushed aside or whatever. Say what you have to say. And more than likely it's going to be accepted, and the person that you're dealing with is going to be accepting of it, maybe even apologetic because they didn't know that they were doing something to hurt you. But to just ignore a situation and let it get out of hand is going to cause hard feelings later on with you or somebody else that's counting on you to do your job. Um, this is a case of what I'm thinking of is when somebody's in charge, like a manager where you work or something. It's not tending to a problem that you see getting out of hand, and rather just changing the rules so that they don't have to deal with it. That's not strength. When you ignore situations because you're just afraid to deal with it, that's not strength. That's fear. Strength is overcoming that fear and approaching things in a diplomatic way and, handling the situation. And sometimes you have to handle a situation without blowing up. And if it looks like, by your intervening, somebody might get their feelings hurt, well, then they're the ones that are not strong. It's not up to you to, you know, sugarcoat things and make somebody feel better about hurting you or doing something against you. That's when instead of letting it get into an argument or, oh, never mind, just go ahead. I'm just sensitive. No, if that's really happening and they're being sensitive to it, you said what you had to say. Now it's their turn to deal with their own problems. Strength is allowing people to deal with their own shit. Another thing that I wanted to touch on, besides being strong and gaining your strength from whatever source that you need to, is I'm seeing a lot of women today posting things like, I'm a queen and I need to be treated like one. Okay, well, my problem with that is these people that want to be treated like a queen, they act like the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, and off with everybody's head. If you want to be treated right, if you wanted to be treated like somebody thinks of you as royalty in a relationship, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to desire to be treated like a queen by your partner. But at the same time, how are you acting towards them? Are you doing things within your power to, reciprocate that? Are you doing things that allow them to feel like they are your king if you're the queen? And, demanding to be treated like a queen and requiring being treated like a queen is all in the way you act and the person that you're in the relationship with. And I'm seeing a lot of this. And to me, demanding to be treated like a queen, there's no self-respect in that, because you really need to respect yourself, and making other people respect you if you have no self-respect, then there's just no sense in it. It's like, somebody who cannot love themselves but expect to be loved. You have to love yourself if you want the right kind of love in your life. And so basically that's all I kind of wanted to say today in this video was, refer back to another video, check yourself. If you think this is about you, and this is just in general, but if you think I'm speaking about you, go back to my other video and check yourselves, which is because it's not always about you, it's about in general. And I'm just trying to help people to think about what they're doing, and have that perfect balance. And that's all I have. So blessed be.